Hello, today we will be talking about the California Gold Rush of 1849 that started in 1848 and how it impacted and affected the United States in both negative and positive ways. The California Gold Rush is the most known gold discovery in all of the United States. It was known for the mass emigration which came from mainly the Northeast. The California Gold Rush of 1849 sparked the mining revolution of the U.S. and the population of California. The gold rush has made people, young and old, to become wealthy. Many people sold their land, animals, and houses to emigrate to California to work. A man named James W. Marshall worked for John Sutter at Sutter's Mill. He found a gold nugget at the Sierra Nevada River. He said this quote, "I picked up one or two pieces and examined them attentively, and having some general knowledge of minerals, I could not call to mind more than two which in any way resembled this: sulphur of iron, very bright and brittle, and gold, bright yet malleable. I then tried it between two rocks, and found that it could be beaten into a different shape, but not broken. I then collected 4 or 5 pieces and went up to Mr. Scott, who was working at the carpenter's bench, making the mill wheel, with the pieces in my hand, and said, 'I have found it.' 'What is it?' inquired Scott. 'Gold,' I answered. 'Oh, no,' replied Scott, 'that can't be.' I said, 'I know it to be nothing else.' It was also credited to some small children playing. While the mill race was being dug, the children found it to be a place where they liked to play. And one day, while thus playing, little John Wimmer, the second oldest boy, found a piece of gold of the value of about $8. It was bright and pretty, and he ran to the house and showed it to his father and Marshall. Both John Marshall and the small children playing were credited for the discovery of the gold in California. Eventually, they boiled the nugget in lye, and the gold's existence was confirmed. The news of this discovery spread and eventually caught attention in the United States, Mexico, China, and other countries. Newspapers, articles, and rumors made people want to immigrate to California. Everywhere were just digging and panning for gold. Many of the merchants were made super wealthy. Not few of the miners made wealth and money off of gold. People came from Mexico, China, Germany, Chile, Ireland, Turkey, France, and the United States. Many people from the United States, both North and South, emigrated to California using trails like the Oregon Trail. A group of people who mined together, called the 49ers, came into California and increased its population massively. Chinese immigrants flowed into California to seek fortune. Mexicans and Chinese were discriminated and treated foreignly. Discrimination was used against many immigrants by Americans who didn't like immigrants. Sometimes they would fight each other while panning for gold. Native Americans were also harassed and treated horribly by 49ers in California. Gold merchants made huge tons of profit from the California Gold Rush of 1849. Not many miners nor panners made much profit in the gold rush. People struggled a lot on making enough profit to live a good life. Gold was everywhere in California, but making profit was scarce. Few miners and panners were made wealthy in an instant. The gold rush affected the United States greatly. It sparked the pilgrimage of many people in the United States to go to California. It was because of the gold rush that California became a state in the Union. California was also the first state to join from the Mexican Cession. The gold rush also made California one of the most popular states in the United States. Many people immigrated in search for a better life and for more fortune. The trading, merchandising, and marketing caused the United States economy to flourish and grow too. I believe that the California Gold Rush of 1849 had a great negative effect on the United States and workers in California. This is because the workers had to risk their property, wealth, happiness, and even their own lives. On the pilgrimage to California, there will be a death every 10 miles on the trail. They risked their own lives going to California. Those who survived to California risked not finding any gold at all. John W. Marshall, credited to the discovery of the gold rush, died in poverty. He found little gold and died without any money for a burial and a grave. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a writer and a poet, once said, "If a man is going to California, he announces it with some hesitation, because it is a confession that he has failed at home." This meant that people risked everything, even if they had nothing, to go to California. Barely any of the miners found enough gold to live in a good living condition. The California Gold Rush of 1849 was very important to the history of California and the United States. The impact of the gold rush on the United States and other countries was huge, leaving many people with bad lives, poverty, and big risks. The gold rush had many positive impacts, but more negative impacts. Many people suffered on finding gold to support their basic necessities. At the same time, the California Gold Rush made merchants and fortunate miners very wealthy. The greatest emigration of the United States was caused by the gold rush, and the economy flourished more. The positive and negative things about the gold rush caused this country to have the state of California. That is the California Gold Rush of 1849.